Listen closely, because what I'm about to reveal will shake you. There are individuals moving through this world right now who possess no greater intelligence than you, no deeper pockets than you, not even superior talent compared to you. Yet somehow they remain several moves ahead, while everyone else battles to comprehend how they continue succeeding. And here's the reality nobody wants to acknowledge. This isn't coincidence. This isn't destiny. This isn't fortune. They are applying principles, hidden, unforgiving, psychological principles that the majority never discovers. If you've ever experienced people diminishing your worth, if you've ever sensed your capabilities being squandered, if you've ever questioned why others ascend while you remain stationary, then concentrate, because after this video, you will never perceive power, people, or yourself identically again. Machiavelli grasped a reality that most people dread. Power is not distributed. Power is seized, and those who seize it, they don't delay, they don't request, they don't wish. They apply the principles you're about to discover. These 7 unforgiving principles are the hidden tactics that maintain the brilliant above everyone else. They allow you to command results, influence people, direct perceptions, and navigate through the world with silent supremacy. Some individuals will despise these principles. Some will reject them. Some will claim they're too virtuous or too ethical to apply them. But understand this. They're already being applied on them right now by superiors, by rivals, by strangers, by every influential person who comprehends how the game is genuinely conducted. Today you cease being the victim. Today you discover how the game operates. And once you discover these principles, you can never forget them. Before we begin, I want you to write this declaration in the comments. Power originates in the mind. That is your declaration, because the moment your mind transforms, everything transforms. Now take a breath, prepare yourself, because the first principle strikes harder than all the others. Principle 1, limited option control. Command the options, not the selection. If you genuinely want to comprehend power, begin here. This principle is the foundation of every genius-level tactician. It is silent, delicate, and nearly invisible until you identify it everywhere. Most people believe control means coercion. They believe power arrives from pressure, intimidation, disputes, or domination. But the brilliant, they understand you don't need to compel anyone when you can design the environment that envelops them. You don't restrict people, you restrict the options they can select from. That's the mystery. A clever ruler never declares, "Execute what I desire." He declares, "Here are your selections." Understanding every single one directs exactly where he arranged. It appears like liberty. It resembles autonomy, but it's constructed from the beginning. Imagine presenting someone 2 keys. They feel influential because they get to select the key, but both keys unlock your entrance. That's how silent supremacy operates. Parents execute it to children, leaders execute it to followers, companies execute it to customers, and influential people execute it to the world. If you desire something accomplished, never question, "Will you execute this?" Instead, question, "Do you want to execute it now or later? Should we proceed with Plan A or Plan B? Which version do you favor?" Every route directs to the results you already determined. This generates psychological ease. People feel incorporated, they feel valued, they feel in command. But in reality, you constructed the enclosure. They only selected the corner. Machiavelli once declared, "The finest way to command a decision is to command the selections." He understood humans will resist commands, but they rarely oppose curated liberty. This principle operates because the human mind despises uncertainty. When someone presents a clean set of options, the dread of the unknown vanishes. They select faster, they feel secure, and because they selected, They don't oppose the result. The brilliant apply this principle everywhere. In leadership, they direct teams with structured routes instead of open disorder. In conflict, they give opponents selections that drain their power regardless of what. The magnificence of this principle is its delicacy. No pressure, no confrontation, just intelligent construction. If you want to ascend above others, cease attempting to command people directly. Command the terrain they make selections in. Design the structure. Direct the route. Manage the alternatives. Let them select freely, but only from the world you constructed. Because here's the reality. People defend their decisions, even if the decision was constructed for them. That means once they select your option, they support it, they reinforce it, they safeguard it. You gain obedience without opposition and devotion without coercion. This is why the brilliant stay ahead. It's not because they manipulate aggressively, it's because they construct selections strategically. Remember this, the one who defines the options commands the result. Now I want you to drop this declaration in the comments. I command the selections. Principle 2, play to people's fantasies. Boo! Distribute the dream, not the reality. There's a reason the most influential people in history comprehended human fantasy superior than human logic. Because logic doesn't mobilize crowds. Logic doesn't inspire devotion. Logic doesn't construct influence. But fantasy governs the human mind. People are propelled by hopes, desires, dreads, illusions, and dreams they barely acknowledge to themselves. Every person alive carries a hidden vision of who they wish they were, how they wish life appeared, how they want others to perceive them. And the brilliant comprehends this. He doesn't combat reality. He adorns it. He doesn't preach reality. He packages dreams. He doesn't distribute facts. He distributes feelings because feelings make people mobilize. Here's the reality most never acknowledge. People don't desire the raw world. They desire the world softened, refined, and designed in a way that grants them hope. Machiavelli once declared, "Men are propelled more by appearance than by reality, and nothing has transformed since his time." Observe around you. Advertisements persuade you you're exceptional. Politicians guarantee paradise. Influencers illustrate perfect lives. Businesses guarantee success without suffering. It's all fantasy, and people consume it not because they're foolish, but because fantasy grants emotional relief from a painful world. It allows them to escape. It allows them to feel significant. It allows them to imagine a superior version of themselves. When you discover this principle, you cease wasting time attempting to awaken people. You cease providing them brutal honesty. You cease attempting to be the champion of reality. Reality is heavy. Fantasy is light. And when you present people something light, they follow effortlessly. Here's how the brilliant play to fantasy. They identify emotional hunger. Some desire status, some desire praise, some desire comfort, some desire adventure, some desire validation, some desire meaning. Then they speak directly to that hunger, not with complicated concepts, but with vivid images. You can ascend, you can succeed, you can escape, you can become who you were meant to be. It doesn't matter if the dream has edges of reality or illusion. What matters is how it appears. Fantasy attracts people in. Reality pushes people away. That's why prophets, leaders, business icons, and creative thinkers all apply this principle. They generate symbols, stories, and visions that ignite emotion. Consider this. People don't follow the finest plan. They follow the finest story. They don't desire reality. They desire meaning wrapped in emotion. The brilliant comprehends he doesn't have to deceive. He only has to illuminate the most inspiring version of the reality. Fantasy is not deception. It's emotional tactics. When you communicate to people's fantasies, you bypass their defenses. You bypass their doubts, you bypass their logic, and you speak directly to their heart. That is influence. Remember, the world will always select what appears good over what is real. Now, drop this declaration in the comments. So, I speak to desire. Principle 3. Discover each person's thumbscrew. Identify their vulnerability. Everyone has a button. You just need to identify it. If you desire real power, cease observing what people declare and begin observing what makes them react. Because beneath every confident smile, every loud voice, every calm expression, every controlled posture, there is always a hidden pressure point, a dread, a shame, a desire, an insecurity, a wound, a craving, a soft spot they safeguard with their whole personality. And the brilliant understands this. To influence someone, you don't push them. You press the right button. Human behavior is not random. It is always propelled by an emotional core. And when you identify that core, you gain leverage no coercion can match. Machiavelli once declared, "To command others, one must first comprehend what commands them." This is the heart of this principle. You don't discover a person's thumbscrew by questioning. You discover it by observing. Observe what topics make them defensive. Observe what compliments illuminate their face-up. Observe what insults trigger rage. Observe what silence makes them uncomfortable. Observe what they boast about. Observe what they avoid. Observe what they dread losing. People reveal everything through reactions. Take someone who always attempts to prove they're strong. Their thumbscrew is vulnerability. Take someone obsessed with approval. Their thumbscrew is rejection. Take someone who needs to feel superior. Their thumbscrew is inferiority. Take someone who overshares. Their thumbscrew is loneliness. Take someone who shows no emotion. Their thumbscrew is vulnerability. The brilliant does not judge these vulnerabilities. He studies them. Because once you understand what someone needs, you understand how to direct them. And make no mistake, everyone needs something. A sense of significance, a feeling of security, a source of validation, a guarantee of belonging, a vision of success, a shield against dread. Comprehending this isn't manipulation, it's mastery of human psychology. Vulnerable people press buttons blindly. Influential people press buttons intentionally. But here's the part most people overlook. Thumbscrews are not only negative. Some vulnerabilities arrive from longing. Longing for respect, longing for comfort, longing for recognition, longing for hope. A person's dream can be as influential as their dread. The brilliant discovers both. And once you identify the emotional lever, influence becomes effortless. You can calm someone instantly. You can motivate someone with a single sentence. You can shut down aggression with a precise response. You can direct decisions without direct coercion. You gain power without raising your voice. This principle is not about cruelty. It's about clarity. You can't comprehend people until you comprehend what mobilizes them. Because when you understand a person's emotional pressure point, you comprehend their entire behavior. Why they select, why they run, why they combat, why they obey, why they chase, why they collapse, why they cling. And once you comprehend those patterns, you hold the invisible reins. Remember this, people can conceal their words, but they can't conceal their reactions. Reactions reveal the reality. Drop this declaration in the comments. I read people clearly. Principle 4. Act like a king to be treated like one. Carry yourself like royalty. The world treats you how you treat yourself. Power is a mirror. People don't just react to what you execute. They respond to how you exist in the world. If you present yourself vulnerable, small, uncertain, or unsure, that is exactly what you will receive in return. If you present yourself strong, confident, and deliberate, the world will bend to respect it. The brilliant comprehends this. They understand that perception is reality. They understand the human brain doesn't always analyze skill, intelligence, or knowledge. It judges energy, posture, tone, and presence. Machiavelli once declared, "He who wishes to be obeyed must understand how to command." But commanding doesn't arrive from shouting. It arrives from the way you carry yourself. Imagine a king walking into a room. He doesn't plead for attention. He doesn't beg for respect. He doesn't demand validation. He simply mobilizes with a silent authority. His posture, his silence, his glance, his pace, every movement communicates one thing. I am valuable. I am in command. I am not to be questioned. This is what the brilliant emulate in their own lives. Every action is deliberate. Every gesture signals worth. Every pause communicates power. The principle is simple. Respect yourself first and the world will follow. Walk like a person who owns the space. Speak like a person whose words carry weight. Remain silent when others chatter. They will reveal themselves while you remain unshaken. Acting like a king is not arrogance. It is strategic presence. It is armor. It is a way to establish the terms of interaction before a single word is spoken. The real power lies in delicacy. It's not about displaying off. It's about making people sense your weight without lifting a finger. Confidence is contagious. Vulnerability is obvious. People constantly test others. They attempt to identify cracks, moments of doubt, hesitation. The brilliant is prepared. They never allow their guard slip in public spaces. They never shrink under scrutiny. They project stability and certainty even in disorder. Acting like a king transforms how others perceive you and how you perceive yourself. The mind is influential. When you believe in your own worth, the world begins to mirror it. The key is consistency. Royalty is not about moments. It's about habit, repetition, and presence. Every gesture, every word, every glance reinforces your image. Remember, if you don't respect yourself, why should anyone else? Your energy establishes the standard. Your confidence dictates behavior. Your presence is the unspoken principle that people obey. Drop this declaration in the comments. I command respect. Principle 5. Master the art of timing. It's not what you execute, it's when you execute it. Timing is everything. There is a difference between executing the right thing at the wrong time and executing the wrong thing at the right time. One destroys your influence, the other multiplies it. The brilliant understand that action alone does not generate power. Timing is the invisible force behind every victory. It separates the brilliant from the fortunate, the unstoppable from the ordinary. Machiavelli once declared, "The wise man executes at once what the fool executes finally." But notice the delicacy. It's not just speed, it's precision. It's calculation. It's patience wrapped in anticipation. It's comprehending the rhythm of human behavior, the flow of events, the mood of the moment. Timing is about observation. It's about recognizing when the moment is ripe and when it is poison. Patience is not passivity. It is calculated restraint. It is understanding that the right mobilize at the wrong time is worse than no mobilize at all. Power is not about constant action. It is about decisive action at the perfect instant. Observe reactions. Observe trends. Observe hesitation. Allow them to scream into the void while you mobilize forward. Allow them to waste energy while you construct influence. Allow them to react while you remain untouchable. Drop this declaration in the comments. Silence is my strength. Principle 7. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with who needs this video.